Good morning. Welcome to our very first Team Call to Inspire coffee chat. Usually, a lot of what we do is virtual, it's online, but this weekend, me and my beautiful team, we're all here together and we're super excited because we want to share a little bit with you guys about what we do as coaches and why coaching, because we get that question all the time. Like, not just me, I feel like we all get that question. And I feel like a big part of that is this incredible community that we have created. But what do we do as coaches? And I think the very first thing that we do as coaches is we focus on taking care of ourselves, right? Like we're focused on our journey and becoming healthier and happier and the very best versions of ourselves. And I love that with Beachbody coaching, one of the biggest things that we get to focus on is self, but not just physical self, it's also mindset. We're focusing on nutrition. We're focusing on becoming the best version of ourselves from the inside out. So that's a big piece of it. Another thing that we do as coaches is we invite other people to join us. Like we have the solution to a problem. Like, why would you not want to share that with the people that you care about? And so it's paying this gift forward. It's changed lives, truly changing lives, and paying a gift forward to others. It's like when you have your favorite mascara, right? You're like, I love this mascara, and you tell all your friends about it. It's the same thing with these incredible workouts that we do, with these nutrition plans that we follow, with this community that we have. Like, why would we not want to be all inclusive and be like, you can sit with us? So that's another big thing that we do. We also recognize, we shout each other out from the rooftops, and I'm like, yes, girl, like I saw that you just did that. That is absolutely amazing. You couldn't do a push-up before. I'm clapping for you because that's awesome. Or maybe you haven't focused on mindset and you listened to a podcast today. Way to go. And we lift each other up and we empower one another to truly become the very best version of ourselves. Because when we're at our best, we're able to love and serve the people in our lives to a better, to a better degree, like a place that we couldn't all do that. I know when I started this 7 years ago, I personally couldn't. And so that's super important. The last thing that we do is we do personal development. And we're always focusing on growth, not just physical growth, but also mental growth and mindset growth. Because when you're doing that, everything changes. Everything changes, not just for you, but for every person that you touch. It's a ripple effect. So we're all going to share a little bit today about our stories, who we are, where we came from, why coaching, why this team. So we're going to start with Nicole, the lovely. I feel like I need a lovely Nicole. So it's super casual. We're just having coffee. We're hanging out, but Nicole's going to go first.
Yeah, I've been here for it'll be 4 years in March, like end of March.
Wow.
Which is crazy to think about. I am more of like, I guess you would call like the part-time coach, because I work a corporate job and I love my corporate job. So I didn't join Beachbody to like quit my full-time job. I'm like one of those rare people that actually loves my full-time job. And I did it because I needed something. Like I was a gym rat. I was at the gym. I would work full time. I would go to the gym hours and trying to burn off that mom bod. And it wasn't working like it was before when I was at the gym. Oh, this is here. Hi.
Yay.
Who is it?
Hey, Abby. What's up, girl? I see you, boo.
I'm here. Sorry, guys. I got my coffee though. Don't worry. How's everybody doing? Cheers.
But I needed a change, and Katie had asked me multiple times. I had several coaches asking in my inbox because they saw me at the gym all the time. I was sharing my results at the gym, and you're already sharing what you're doing, and why don't you do this?
Right.
And I just kept saying no, and it just wasn't the right time at the time. And I got to a point, I guess, being a newer mom, and I was losing myself. I was working full time. I was at the gym, and then I would come home and I would be at the mom, and I didn't have anybody. I didn't have any friends that I hung out with because most of my friends at the time, they didn't have kids.
Yeah. Right.
And I was like, something was missing. And then Katie like asked me like the 500 million. And I'm like, okay. I was like, and she asked at the right time. That's like the amazing, like you share your story and you ask people, and it's not, sometimes they're going to say no because it's not the right time.
Yeah, right.
And when it's the right time for them, they will say yes. And that's what I did. And I am forever grateful for it because I got this incredible community. And this is why I stayed for the most part, because I don't know what I would do without you guys. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine like my life now without any of you guys in
I
it,
know.
because y'all like saved me from so much like depression. I can't, like, I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. So it's like, I was able to help people from home, like show them, like moms and stuff, that you can do this from home and not have to, like, especially busy working moms. Also,
Yeah.
you don't have to spend
Right.
hours at the gym. Get that mom guilt that you're putting a kid back in a daycare
Yeah.
again after them being in daycare probably all day.
Right.
And you do your workouts at home and have this incredible community that you don't
Right.
have, like that you may not have. And that's something and being in a group of women, I'm like, I was scared of that at first.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, women were mean.
Yeah.
But
Not this.
I know. Look at us now.
so yeah, I'm like the full-time working mom that does the coaching for the community and plus helping other busy moms find themselves too. So
Amen.
Amen. Okay, Erin, this is Erin. Should I introduce her the same way I did Nicole? This
Yes, do it.
She's from Utah. I am from Utah. I'm.
Do you drink pop too?
You drink pop too?
You drink pop?
Pop,
Or
soda.
you do call it soda? Good.
I call it soda. But I've been here for 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years. Oh, time flies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But when I started, I just remember looking in the mirror, and it got to a point where I couldn't even look in the mirror because I hated myself so much. And Katie was inviting me for like 3 years. And I think I had followed her at one point because she was annoying, and then all of a sudden she like pops up again.
Oh my gosh.
And so, and I had a bunch of other coaches reaching out to me as well, saying like, "Are you already working out at the gym?" And I would flip flop because the same with Nicole, like that mom guilt would get to me, especially when I first started working out. I was a single mom, so I spent 8 hours at a job, and then before work I would spend 2 hours at the gym, and then after work I'd spend another 2 hours at the gym. And so I never had time with my son, and somebody else was raising him. Somebody else saw him do his first steps, his first word, and I wasn't there. So I would stop going to the gym and I would stop eating healthy. And it was just, I stopped everything all at once. And so I finally reached out to Katie and was like, "Hey, I'm ready, let's go." And she invited me to the community. And then within the first month, she's like, "Erin, you're already sharing everything. You should just coach." And I was like, okay. That was like the easiest yes I ever said.
I'm like, you're doing all the
Yes,
things.
exactly.
Why would you
And-
not want to earn an income too? Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, and one of the things we do is personal development. I think for the first 3 months, I didn't even work out. I just focused on personal development because, like I said, my mind was in that such dark place where I hated myself. And I was like, I can't pour into others. I can't love others unless I learn to love myself.
Yeah.
And so I just dove into personal development, and it's completely changed everything.
I didn't
for
even
me.
know what personal development was.
Yeah,
until I started
exactly.
coaching.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like the anti-self-help book. I was
Did
like,
everyone
this is
resist
stupid.
it? Like,
Yeah.
that's how I felt. I was like,
while.
That's why I made
Self-help,
that video. I was
self-help.
like, this is what this does.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
needed it. And
Yeah.
that's why Katie's like, I need both of those.
Like,
Yeah.
well, and now I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
And even like podcasts, like if I'm listening to
Yeah.
a podcast, I'm listening to like Trent Shelton or somebody else.
Yeah,
It's
somebody
just
that
so
spits fire.
motivational.
I
Yeah,
literally went
exactly.
from reading notebooks to having like 5 books going at
Yeah,
once.
exactly.
That's where
Well,
I'm
it's
at
funny
now.
that your mind starts to crave that. Like the
Yeah,
more
I still have it all the
positivity you pump into your mind and into your life,
Yeah.
the more you crave it. And
I
you're
think
like, give me more of that.
I
Like,
think-
I'll take some
I
more of
think
that,
as a
please.
coach, I think that's my favorite, like, one of our biggest, like our
Yeah.
biggest is personal.
For sure. I love that we push, like not push it, but we're like, we know it helps.
And
But
it's
we
something that
understand,
we
yeah.
can do together too. There's so many times where we're like, hey, let's read this book together
Right,
and then
yeah.
let's chat about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like our new Bible
Yes.
study too. Is
Yeah,
super fun, so,
exactly.
yeah, I love that we do it together.
Yeah,
Yes.
and just the community has changed everything for me because like I got bullied a lot and so, and even like growing up at work, like I knew that people were talking about me and I knew that people didn't like me, so I didn't have any friends. And so yeah, it's
That
just
sucks.
kind of changed.
Can we just
everything.
acknowledge that that sucks? Like, it sucks to feel that way. And I think when you get to a point in your life where you're like, okay, we all may be different because we are all so different,
Yeah.
but also like we all want each other to win, you know,
Yeah.
and we love each other and
Yes,
care about
yes.
each other and all of our crazy weird
We don't
quirks.
wanna
Well,
be
and
like-
I've learned that it's not even like it's just they're unhappy with themselves, so they're
Yeah,
going
they
to
project
attack
out,
you
project their
for what
happiness.
they're insecure about.
Right. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, but it still doesn't stop the hurt.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
because it's their pain, you know, it still hurts us.
Lean into the other
Yeah,
coaches
yeah.
and say like, hey, this is what happened. And like, there've been so many times where I'm like, hey, this X, Y, and Z has happened. And I have a tribe of women just lift me up or they celebrate. When I got my new job, this was the first place where I was like, guys, I finally got that job that I had
We're
had
like,
4
yeah.
interviews for. And like, I didn't even tell my family or my boyfriend, like nobody, like I told them
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're always
That's
like,
beautiful.
whether it's lifting each other up or celebrating each other, or even just coming to each other and be like, you guys, you will not believe what just happened to me at Walmart. This person, you know, and it's like the crazy stories too. How like it's fine, don't worry about it. That's
Yeah.
on them, not on you. Like that speaks about how they feel, not about who you are, you know.
Yeah,
And
it's a good sounding board.
so yeah,
for
it's
sure.
such a good sounding board. Okay, so this is
Oh my gosh.
Nina.
Nina,
She's
the
from
lovely
Virginia
Nina.
Beach.
I am from Virginia Beach. It's so great.
Yeah.
She said it from Utah. So working for about 2.5 years. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 kids.
I just have to interrupt and say all she wanted was go-go juice.
Yes.
She did not want
I didn't want it.
She just wanted go-go juice and hydrate.
Listen, I literally like told Nicole.
She's like, I don't want the workouts. Like immediately, I just want to
She put
and
me-
hydrate, and I do not want the workouts.
She had invited me to like a
She
flash
did
sale or
that.
something. This was after I had unfollowed her because her go-go juice dance parties were
Like, do
super
we do
annoying.
that, all of us?
I was like, yeah, I was too happy.
were too
She
happy.
It was,
over
yeah, it was annoying. And then I was still watching her on Instagram though. I just unfollowed her on
Oh.
Facebook. Right? So
And then
yeah.
it's awkward because you're like, friend request.
Right, yeah. So she had invited me to a flash sale and I literally like anti everything. I remember messaging her saying like, I just need a pre-workout because all the ones at the stores are making me sick and I was running.
Yeah.
So I don't need workouts because I'm running. I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
stop trying to, no.
Yeah, don't
I got
push, don't push
And
it.
she really was, she was just like, okay, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure, which I feel so dumb now. I should have just gotten a challenge pack.
She got everything.
She's like,
That's
"That's
awesome.
awesome."
It's like
Oh
that
my gosh,
happens.
anyway, yeah, so I was like, all of this, just give me energize, give me hydrate, and let me move on with my life. And then I hurt my knees and like, I needed yoga and Nicole was like, well, there's a free trial, which another red flag, I should have just bought the pack. So 6 months I was paying yin yang and I just, anyway, so dumb. Anyway, I that's like the
I
only no that I wish I would have said yes to.
Right.
Because I would have said so.
From the
much.
get-go.
Yeah.
It wasn't 6 months. I literally at the 2-week trial, I was like, okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
Upgrade
but
me.
I didn't want the
Upgrade.
community at all though. She had added me in the community when I got energized because I already had insanity and she was like, well, just in case. And I was doing insanity on like my off days. So anyway, I got in there and I was like, these people are way too happy. I was like, this is, and it was her and Shelby were in there and I was like, this is too much. Like I can't. And then like there was a Rise and Energize, which it was Sip and Sweat back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get on. And she was like, yay. And then I was like, I'm not saying a word. And she was like, that's fine. And I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's so happy. Like, what are y'all drinking? And like I came from a background of a lot of MLMs and like every MLM preaches community, but a lot of MLMs, every single one that I was a part of, if you weren't like a producer, you weren't in that
Mhm.
community, like you're
Right.
not in that crowd. So
We're in the inner
Right.
circle.
Yeah.
so being on like the sip and sweat, I was like, this is weird. Like I was like, these are all just clients. Like they weren't even like coaches. I was like, and they like love each other. I was like, this is weird. Like it's weird. And I think I did end up talking with my first one.
Yeah.
And then I just like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. And then she was like, you should just coach. Cause I hopped on a coach call on accident once. And then I got booted out because it was a coach call and I wasn't a coach.
I sure did.
And I was
Sorry,
like,
I don't know that face.
and I was like, oh, that's the coaches. I should coach. And but I didn't say anything. And then she messaged me and was like, you should coach. Like, you're already doing everything. And I was like, yeah, maybe not. Because I was making a lot of money on my other MLM, like a lot of money. And then she put me in the training and it was like, wait, this is it? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just sharing my story.
Yeah.
And I'm inviting people that I have a relationship with, which is huge. It's not cold messaging, which is huge.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm a coach.
Yeah.
And now like I'm obsessed and I love that I can work. I have literally been able to fully work my tracker in like an hour a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
And
so cool.
it
Because
is.
people ask all the time, like, how much time does it take?
Right.
And it's like, okay, but you have the things to do each day, but then
Yeah.
you can break it up into pockets.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah, that's what
you
I
don't
would
have to
do.
sit down for an hour a day. It's like, okay, cool. You have 15 minutes
Yep.
to crank out this, you know, and
Yep.
you're gonna do it on your own time and your own terms.
Whenever
Yeah.
you have time. And
Yeah.
but I love that I can just say like I only need to dedicate maybe an hour and a half,
Yeah.
you know, outside of my own personal
Workout
like
and stuff,
workouts
yeah.
and personal development and stuff. And like that is nothing that like I don't have to post in parties, I don't have to create graphics for like posting every single day in a group so that people will buy my product. Like I don't have to do any of that.
Right.
And I loved that. And I love it because I'm still able to spend time with my kids, spend time with my husband. I still volunteer at church all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm able to do everything that I want to do. And I still have this awesome business where I can share with the world the thing that literally changed my life.
Any of
Because-
us.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say I was so depressed when I first joined. I had no interest in the community, but like these are my people. Like I literally like was going to I was literally like dying at home because I originally wasn't gonna be able to make it here. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally was sobbing because I was like, I'm not gonna be there. And it's my people.
Yeah.
And like that's just it's what it's done. Like this is my second family. Like
Yeah.
oh, I love you. I
So much
love you
hunger.
guys. So many hunger. I love you guys.
Okay, so this here is Angela. Hi. The beautiful Angela. She's amazing. So she's local. She's from Corpus. And
Hey, welcome, local people. Yay.
tell them about you. Like when you first joined, I remember you had just come off of an injury.
Yes, so, okay, and my name's Angela. I have 4 children too. When I, like same, I had saw Katie, I think I unfollowed her one time.
People do that a lot.
I don't know, she popped up
It's a
again.
very common thing.
Yeah.
All the
I followed her again and she was on her retreat. They were like on a boat somewhere.
Yeah, we were on
And
our cruise.
I was just seeing all their things, and at that time, I was going through, yes, an injury. I was going through a big blow in my mental health, so I was very depressed. And I knew like I needed that, but I needed what they said, like the personal development. I needed that those girls because I did work out because I was always in the gym too, but it took away from my husband and my kids, and that's where a lot of our stuff, like you know what I mean, the kids.
The
are always-
personal struggle within
Yeah,
the family.
the
Yeah.
family because they're messaging me when you're gonna come home. And I
Yeah.
work 8 to 5. So it's like then having to go to the gym. And
Yeah.
this was just an outlet like all around in my life.
Right.
And-
Well, and it seamlessly fits into your life because you can, you know, you don't have to spend the time going to and from the gym. You
Yes.
don't have to have the commute. And you're there with your family, even if you're out
I
doing
can
your
press
own
pause.
thing. Right.
Yeah.
So
I can
I
press
it's
it
like-
too. Like,
How do y'all get your kids ready and get to the gym before work? And I'm like, I wake up and walk downstairs.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to be in my
Yeah.
pajamas.
yeah, exactly.
I even worked out in my, underwear. Who's gonna know? I'll make sure I put myself.
Who's gonna know?
Put myself like not on the camera. You know?
I
Real
love
life.
you. I love you. Every time.
I know, I mean, I think about it. Someone messaged you, are you naked?
It happens.
It happens.
But it was like
Oh
such
my
an
gosh, that's so
outlet. Like I didn't have to
funny.
go anywhere. I just
Right.
had to go to my garage or my room, because I don't have a big house, but it worked for me and my family since, I am a busy mom. I work, 8 to 5. I have 4 kids, teenagers.
Yeah.
So I'm always on the go and we're all hot messes here.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes, yes.
And we love each other for it. It makes us who we are. So this community has been so much more than just working out. You know what I mean? It's been that void that you're missing. Like they say, sometimes they were saying, a lot of us got bullied in school. I was never the bullier, but I was popular. Community has been something like this. Everyone is like, I see these women every day.
Yeah.
We see our struggles. We see new job opportunities, moving to a new place, just these things, and we're together with that. Someone's like car accidents, we are there.
Yeah.
When I don't know how many times I feel like I want to just quit, like everything sometimes, and I'll hear Katie's voice, like,
Yeah, you tried it.
Are you
before.
sure?
I will find
And it's a positive, you know what I mean? Because then it's like you have someone encouraging you to do this because they know it's gonna benefit you, and they know what
Right.
we all are about. Like I work a full-time job, and this is my second. You know what I mean? Like things that I do, but I don't put it second. You know what I mean? Because I love these women so much. They're like my best friends. They became my best friends, and everyone like at my church, even them, they're like, "Oh, you're friends," like and they know that they're like my people. One of my friends from church got me a shirt and says, "Find your tribe," and she got it for me because I'm always talking about my tribe.
Yeah.
Good for you, and the girls, you're always talking about your tribe. So these girls are just, you get a whole community.
Right.
They're gonna be there for you.
Are you gonna cry?
We found the crier. The crier of the group. I found her.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything that you need and more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
In the community.
the times that you feel like you want to quit and you feel like you're failing or whatever, like I couldn't leave you guys.
Right.
That's what I feel. I'm like, I will
Literally
never
never
leave
stop.
Beachbody. I
Right.
tell everybody, like, you know what? It works for me. I will always love Beachbody.
Yeah.
They've been there. Like, even our super everyone, I just
We're
love them.
starting
I don't
to
even
get
know them in real life. And I'm like,
New creative girls in your inbox, like they will
yeah, they're all
Yeah,
so
they really
nice. I see
are.
her Nicole's comments, and I
live
look at them. They're like
trainers.
so
Yes.
true,
Yeah.
and they are really care
And you know
about
what's
their
even-
real people.
I think in the beginning we all kind of questioned, like, is this level of like positivity, like, is this real? Are these people for real? Because I think for most of us, like, we didn't experience that before. Like, we've always had people that may pretend to be like your biggest supporter.
they'll tend to be nice
Right.
to you, but then behind your back, they're
Right. So then
Or
when
if
you
you
become
stop
a part of this,
participating,
you're like, these people can't be really that happy. And it's like, it's not about always being happy, but it's about seeking out the good no matter what life throws our
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
And we've all learned to do that.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
feel
the
like that is
best part
cool.
is when we do like have, because we all go through those seasons where like we need to
Yes.
step back for a second.
Yeah.
And like take care of us
Mhm,
because we're going through something.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing is you always can come back.
Right.
They're not like you guys don't. If
You
I
left,
take a
you
step
can't
back,
come
you don't
back.
cut me
No.
off and stop talking to me.
No,
we
that's
actually
right.
reach out. We're like,
Yeah.
Nina, where are you?
You
Like,
lift
what's
each
going
other
on?
up, and it's like,
Hey girl, I haven't seen you for a week. Where are you at?
Exactly.
Yes.
When I disappeared,
Right, but
I
Aaron
couldn't
is
tell
here.
you
We're like,
how
"Has
many
anybody
people
heard from
messaged
Aaron?
me.
Like,
Yeah.
where's Aaron? Like, has anybody heard from Aaron? Is
Yeah.
okay?
Katie,
and I
where'd
love
you go?
that.
I didn't see you.
I haven't seen you in the gym in a while. Where are you at, Angela? What's going on? Did you change your gym time? Did I not get the memo?
Yeah.
I love it.
So I just want to say this is an amazing community. All these
Yes.
women have just been, they're like my best friends. They truly are. They're my sisters. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Some live far away, some live really close, but we're just a phone call away. Or, hey, I need
Or
to go
video
out.
chat, yeah.
So far
We
away.
live so far.
I love it.
I just love us.
I love it. Okay, so this is Cassie. She's also local. She lives in Ingleside. Here, where we're at right now.
Yes. And I'm like,
less than 15 minutes away, which is nice. But okay, so my story is a little different than theirs because I actually know Katie in real life. We
Yep.
met what,
You're
like
the only one. Yeah.
7 years ago through like mutual
Besides me.
friends and stuff.
But we
And,
went online first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Katie reached out to me. She actually reached out to me at like the perfect time, which
Yeah.
I mean that's rare. You know, when you reach out to somebody for the first time and like
The
get them
perfect
to join
timing.
you and stuff. I had just graduated with my master's in counseling, and I was looking to step up my self-care game, you know, because I knew I was a new mom as well. I had my first son, and you know, I
No, I was just saying hi.
and
I have no idea. I'm just on Zoom right now. Sorry.
okay, and sorry, is it okay? Right.
You needed to step up your self-care.
Yes, I needed to step up my self-care game, you know, new mom, you know, and I was gonna be pouring into others as well, you know,
Yeah.
like as a counselor, like I had
Right.
a job.
And that's
where I
your
was
niche.
working-
Like
yes,
you
yes.
are.
I
That's what you
love
do.
helping and serving other people, and I mean, especially like with their mental health and like helping them, you know, like figure out how to create, you know, a life that's going to be good for them, you know,
Right, that feels good from the inside out.
right,
Yeah.
and like coming from, you know, the background that I came from, I was in foster care. I had, you know, so much stuff happen in my life, and I'm just like, I just want to help heal, especially working with youth,
Yeah.
like working with kids and helping them to develop those skills that they can have with their mental health and like, you know, help them
Right.
build all that up. So
Being
I
a
love-
mental health advocate for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and which is so interesting because I never really read personal development or anything
Right.
until actually I don't think I really did it like the first time around because I joined Katie like it was like what, like 6 years ago
A
at
long
first.
time ago when I first became a
And-
coach.
And I did, you know, I did the workouts and I drank the shakes and you know I did the things and then I had my other son, you know, I got pregnant, then I kind of stepped back from, you know, doing anything Beachbody. And then it was actually my husband who reached out to Katie and he was
Yeah.
like, Cassie wants to join again, you know, and so Katie got me back, you know, back going with everything. And I feel like I really like took it, you know, like I took
Yeah.
off with it
Yep.
and I was like, okay, I'm really committed, you know, and really doing this thing this time. And I just remember it was like a little bit like what, like 2 years ago when I decided I'm like, I
want to
I felt so good and I was like, this, you know, this community has been so amazing. Y'all have been so supportive. And I was like, I just want to coach. I just want to help people to feel as good as I
do.
feel.
Right.
And
You gotta pay this gift forward.
and I've loved just being part of this community and being, you know, with you guys.
Like I
this
look
is-
forward to your recognition posts every day in the
Mhm.
community, and I
Yeah.
think a lot of our clients do because that just makes them feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. Like
Like
I
they
I
see
set up
me.
what
They see
see.
this.
Yeah.
They see me.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Like doing the recognition has been
Right.
such a big part of it. And I had so many thoughts when y'all were talking earlier and I was like, oh, I want to touch on that. I want to touch on that. No, it's like out of my head. But but literally, like they were saying, like literally the first people that I go to is y'all,
Yeah.
like with
Yeah.
stuff. And I mean, even yesterday, you know, with what I shared with, you know, like what happened with Dean, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so proud of him. And
Yeah.
when I had my car accident, y'all were literally like the first people,
Yeah.
you know, like that I messaged. Like, I mean, all of the life stuff, this isn't
Right.
just, we're
Besties.
yes, like this isn't just working out. This isn't just meal plans. This is literally, we do life
It's
together.
the life
And
I
solution.
don't
It's the
think
life
I would
solution.
have made it through a 10.5-month deployment without you guys.
Yeah.
You have someone
for
to go
sure.
to, you know what I
Right.
mean? Especially sometimes you're like, you don't want to go to family member, you know what I mean? So, but you know you have that.
Like what husband?
Dude, and I know
Yeah.
so many people like really
That's
struggled
right.
during like the quarantine and COVID, but I feel like a lot of us, like it wasn't
It
I
just
thought
so
we
bad.
liked
Yeah.
almost because
Yeah.
we were talking
because
to
we
each
were
other
on
every
all
day.
the time together.
Right.
Yeah.
We literally were online.
We
all the
literally,
time.
I
Doing
feel like our
dailies,
Zoom was
everything.
up for like 9 hours every day,
Yeah.
just like doing life.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. I love it so much.
You guys were the first ones I told about slamming my head on the airplane
Yeah.
yesterday.
I love it. I think it's just doing life together for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I love
this is the lovely Alyssa, and she's from Corpus too, which I feel like is cool because she's local. So
I am local.
I can't see her
and-
face.
I know, just hiding behind a copy.
For me, coming out of corporate job, I was working like 75 to 80 hours a week, and they were mean. They were so mean. I did extremely well. I was at the very top, so they hated me. Everybody hated me.
Right.
So I had to leave. So I left. I'm redoing my whole entire career.
Yeah. To be a
but
teacher now.
Yeah, but I think like when Casey reached out to me, it was like the right time. I was just like, okay, here's my credit card. Like it wasn't one of those like
Yeah.
3 years down the road. Like it was just the
Sign me
time.
up. Yeah.
I'm so used to being so busy, and I was just sitting at home bored. I'm like, there's nothing to do. I mean, my kids were already to the age like 2 years ago. They're just like, okay, we don't need you, mom. We don't need you.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, well, what am I gonna do?
Right.
So
What do I do with this extra 80 hours
I
a week
know,
I have?
and like coming out of that job, like these girls are so mean, and then my husband's like, okay, get over it, Like,
Yeah.
you're whatever. Everybody's mean. I'm like, no, they're not that mean. Like, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be mean, but that's the thing. Nobody is mean here.
Mhm.
It's not. It's like it's not real, but it's real. And I think for me, so right when I joined, I was in the middle of going to the gyno and figuring out what's going on. I ended up having a full hysterectomy
I remember that.
just a month and a half later, because I did have cervical cancer. So y'all go get checked, but it was just, and so I had to end up stopping for like
Yeah,
2.5
you
months.
started and stuff.
But my nutrition, going on I stayed on the nutrition the whole time, and I was able to still lose weight without even working out. Then jumping back into it, I mean, I dropped like 30 pounds like that.
Yeah.
You're already doing a hard part.
I know.
Right.
I was like, that was
the hardest thing.
that was,
But
and
it's
it was
so great
so
that when
easy
when
to
you
me.
can't work out,
It's
it's
like
so
you have
cool to
another
see that you can
controllable.
control the
Yes,
nutrition.
it's
side.
not just
Yeah.
like, oh, you have to work out to lose weight.
Right.
No,
It's
there's-
not all or nothing.
Yeah.
it's like
That's
the
what I love
nutrition
about it.
is the main thing.
Right.
So
you can't outwork a bad diet.
right, and I just came back, and
I
it
wish I
took
could.
me a little while to come back. 'Cause I was so afraid, like,
I really like
what's gonna
that.
happen? What am I gonna do? And then,
And pizza.
I mean,
Yeah.
up until last summer, I was just like doing our 75 hard 5,000 times. It's like, whatever, it's not gonna work, okay? It's not gonna work.
Don't tell me again. I'm not gonna
Like,
do
we're
it.
not doing it again. And it's like, this is the time. We're not gonna
Every
do
time
that.
it's
And then
right.
okay, let's do it.
And then it's like, yeah, we can't do that.
I
Forget
know.
it. We'll just do what we can do.
Rachel did it. She made it.
I know, she made it all
She's
without us. I was
late.
like, oh.
I
okay.
think it's just
none of
getting
us.
to that point though where you find what works for you,
Yeah.
and we're all different because we don't
Yeah.
all do the same thing. We don't all do the exact same workouts, and we don't follow the same nutrition.
Well, I think with Rachel's job,
But you
I
find
think
her
she
groove.
needed it at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
She's a nurse.
Yeah.
She's a nurse.
It helps for her sanity
Yeah.
too.
But that's
though.
the best part is we all do it different things.
Yeah.
We all do
Yeah.
it differently,
But
but,
we're
it
still
still
able to
works.
totally
You
support
do
each
your,
other.
you do it
Almost
your own
made it, and the
way.
freeze happened.
Oh yeah. Think, breathe. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Any excuses?
We'll blame the
Breathe.
freeze.
You can go slip if you need to go slip outside. We're just like, run, you can do it.
Yeah, for real. I love it. I love it. Okay, so this is Julie. Julie is absolutely amazing, and she's from the Valley. So if you're from Texas, you know what
I'm
the Valley
local
is.
adjacent 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
local.
Oh, we gotta get some of those.
You're gonna have to share the link.
No.
Okay, I'll have
Oh my
my
back.
I am a mom of two. I have a college student and a 7-year-old, and that is the hardest thing ever in the world, in my world, because they're very different. My daughter is very quiet. My boy is something else. I have
But-
two of them, completely entertaining every day.
Yep.
I didn't want to.
When I started coaching, it was a very, I mean, I'm not one, I was already going to the gym like a lot of the girls here, going to the gym 2 hours, only 2 hours a day, but I was going so late.
Only
Not
2
4.
hours a day.
Not
No, I mean,
four,
not
like-
2 hours in the
Not
morning,
big
2
mama
hours at
bear.
lunch, 2 hours after work, before I go to bed, like.
But the
I
reality
can
is,
buy my dinner.
it
like,
does take a couple of hours. It does take a couple
Yeah.
hours.
It does, and you know, the drive over, and I don't, the gym's not that far, but still,
Still
like
drive,
15
still.
minutes.
Put your
is not
stuff
too
in the
bad.
locker.
Yeah.
Do this. Okay,
Yeah,
I gotta go
so
back.
and then you're like, you're programming your own stuff.
Right.
Like having to figure out, like, today I'm gonna do arms, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that.
Exactly.
So I really like with Beachbody that today I'm gonna do arms. Who am I gonna do? Oh, not who am I gonna do? Which
I will get you a mullet.
Yeah. Yeah. But when and I Jess is the one
even come to me. I came to her because I would see her. I would see one of my other friends would share her post, and I was like, so I asked her. I reached out to her. I was like, hey, are you doing Beachbody? And she was like, yeah. Do you want to join? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm asking. Yes. Yes. So and she was like, well, you know, you want to do this or whatever? And I'm like, yes, just like, and I want everything. She was like, I want everything.
Yeah.
Because I joined over pandemic, and so I had stopped going to the gym, and
Yeah.
I was gaining weight and not doing anything at home because I was at home, and the couch is a lot more comfy than a bench.
Right.
So, you know, and my little cuddly buddy, and I told my husband, I was like, I need to get my butt up. I need to do something because I had already been going to the gym for a while. So not doing it, I was like, I can't go back there.
Right.
So when I signed up with her, she's like, what, did you want to sign up as a coach or whatever? And so I asked her, I talked it over with my husband, and she's like, and I told him, like, what do you think about this coach thing? Like, we get a discount. Like, that's cool. Like, I was like, I'm in for the discount. He's like, just do it. You do it already anyway. People are always asking what you're doing. Like,
Right.
we're gonna have something more to tell them.
So easy.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
here's a plan, here's a solution, not
Yes.
just like, oh, I don't know how to tell you what I'm doing,
Yeah.
but like, I have a plan, so here you go.
Yeah, and it's so much easier because like I have friends that are like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I want to do this, or you know, can you give me some workouts to do this? And so I'm like, bro, I get my own workouts, find them yourself.
Yeah.
Well, but I would like, okay,
Send
yeah,
them
like
some.
let me
Yeah.
see what I can find for you. Let me
Almost
and
like a personal
That's what I
trainer.
was
Yeah.
saying, it's like
Yeah.
right.
And I
now,
would
comment
send
and write
myself.
something.
So it's a
Right.
lot easier now to be like, okay, well, what do you like? Okay, well, this program does that, you know, this
Yeah.
program has this, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
so that's
It's
a lot
separated.
easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like you guys said, it's the community like you never knew you needed.
Right.
Because I was like, I'm like, I
I don't
don't
need
need
that.
I'm
I
good.
don't
Like,
need you.
I got me. I don't got anybody else to get me.
I mean, me and Jesus. That's
Yes.
how good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Y'all-
y'all are good.
And so even like to coming here, like my daughter she messaged us in our little group chat that she was hanging out with people, and I'm like, oh, I'm on my way to hang out with people too. She's like, oh, for real? Like, you have friends?
I have a whole group of
Yeah,
friends.
like those people are real, and I'm like, I mean, are your people real? They're sitting on your couch? Yes, they're the same kind of real.
Like
I love it.
That's how it starts. I would be like, I'm gonna go work out with my coach. You know the one I work out on the TV.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna work out all that time?
Like, no, we're gonna people always ask me too, how much do you work out every day? And I'm like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. I don't know, sometimes a little bit longer. But like really just that's it. And I'm like, yes, just every day. Like just consistently.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's just
Not every
consistent.
single day, but
Yeah.
like most days.
Yeah.
Yeah, people, it's like they think like they see
Is
us
that all
posting
you do?
our stories, they
Yeah.
don't realize that we actually do life other than working out. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Do
Well,
life
and I
together.
think it's too because everyone's busy, right? We're all in our
Yeah.
own worlds doing our own thing.
Yeah.
So then they see us all come together like this, and they're like, "Oh, they actually know each other in real life. Like
Yeah.
it's not just on the computer."
That was me when I
Yeah.
first saw you guys like at a retreat or something with Jess. I was like, oh, like they're a thing. Like,
They're a
Right.
thing.
Yeah, we just like, no, I was like,
They
it's a
prop
it's
each
a
other
whole, like,
Yeah.
thing. Like they're jumping on each other's backs and stuff. Like, oh my God. So I was like, pass. I'm not. Don't touch me.
I think a lot of that-
Like it's all about the reels.
And a lot of that is the stigma that comes with companies like this. People
Yeah.
just think that it's so fake and like, because I don't think I've ever come together with any business. that
Yeah,
we've
no,
been
same.
because it's
Like
like
I've
you
done
have to
other
be out
MLMs
there.
also.
So I think it's just it's a breath of fresh air for people to see that we really are like
Yeah.
real life friends, and we're all different like ranks.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like we
We're all
have
the
people that
same.
are up at the top, and we have people that are just starting, and it's like we're just as
We
close
don't-
with
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It
I
doesn't
love
matter.
that. It
I do
doesn't
too.
matter.
Just like
Yeah.
my friends, my family already know y'all. Y'all don't even know them.
My mother-in-law was like, "Oh, you're going to see Kate." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Really?"
Yeah. Like my girl's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I saw this on Katie's. Oh
So
yeah.
I love her too.
Oh my
I love
gosh,
it.
it's so funny.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so last but not least, we have Megan. Megan is amazing. So I met Megan on Instagram, but then we became real life friends. And then she started coaching. I mean, we've known each other for a while now, but it's crazy because social media, besides Cassie, I think is what brought most of us together. Yeah.
I found you basically because I was like, so we were moving from New Mexico to Corpus, and I was looking up like, okay, what are like, I just looked
Who
in
does that?
Instagram.
Yeah. Right?
Support this.
And so no, we were like super job at, she was tagged in that location.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, and this girl, she's like really positive. That I went to your page, I was like, oh, she's a Beachbody coach, because I had done Beachbody
Yeah.
in the past, but it was not, I don't want to knock the team, but it just wasn't a positive experience. And so it really was on like how much you're producing and how much,
Right.
you know, there was that inner circle feel. And so I felt kind of duped by, you know, this, like you said, yeah, like there's this community, but then there really wasn't. So anyways, I reached out to Katie. We were in the middle of a move and I wanted to start building those relationships and friendships. And I was like, okay, I'm going to like become a Beachbody, like not coach. I didn't sign up for coaching, but I made a challenge pack. And, you know, anyways, totally ended up that I ended up like living in your town, like it's like right down the street from you. And so you came to my kids' birthday parties, like we knew each other through church. You came to small group. And when you came to the birthday party, like Katie stayed the whole day. And I was a part of another MLM at the time. And she stayed and she was telling me all about coaching. And I was like, wow, like that sounds really awesome, but I just don't know, like I was a part of this other thing. And I was like, I've had such a bad experience with, you know, my other experience. And so anyways, it was like a full, like what,
We were
year
there for a
or
long
two-
time talking too. Yeah.
When I came, my dad was like, I was telling my parents I was coming and they were like, my dad goes, oh, is that the girl that stayed like the really long
Well, her whole thing was like asking me questions, like,
Is
how
this
does
the girl
this
that
work?
I know, and I loved it.
Yeah, and I was like, I am like an open, and I tell people all the time, I'm an open book. Like,
Yeah.
you can literally ask me anything and I will explain it to you. Like, there's nothing too high, and like, we're all here just to share. And I mean, if you want to know what it's about,
No pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'll also say like, so being a part of like the other MLM and then being a part of Beachbody before, I literally like the thing that I kept asking you was like, what do you do all day? Because I would hear people say like, you need to do your business activities. And I was like, what is that? Nobody could explain it to me.
Yeah.
So that's been a total game changer. But then also when I did sign up, I had moved back to Houston. Our summer was crazy and I knew I needed structure. I love personal development. So that wasn't woo woo to me. Like I was like, I know I need all those things. So I signed up as a coach because I was like, okay, I'm going to just like, you know, live out and have that extra accountability by people seeing me. So anyway, signed up and she immediately like plugged me into the group chat. And I was like, okay. And then,
What's happening?
and then like the Rise and Energize sessions on Saturdays. I was like, whoa, like this is, I've never experienced that before. And y'all like legit have friendships. And so I'm brand new. I've only been doing this for like what, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And I decided I was going to come because I was like, okay, I want to like plug in and have more of that community because I just wanted to like meet you guys. I mean, I've seen y'all, but anyways, I told my sister, I was like, I'm really nervous about going because I don't know how it's, but I mean, y'all been so welcoming and like feel right at home.
Oh,
We're all still nervous. but
Well,
it's
I'm
so
like,
nervous.
yeah,
Nervous.
really is.
Yeah.
You're like,
We have
Yeah.
such
I
a
don't know really
open
anything else like it.
culture.
Like it's crazy.
And that
It's
this
crazy.
whole, like even like Katie's coach, Allie, like it
Yeah.
goes all the way up. Like,
Yeah,
it's
all the
like
way
Allie,
up. Great
mama
foundation.
bear of.
Which it's not like that all the time. Sometimes it's just your little.
I remember when I
but it
first
literally
met her,
gets
she
like all the way
instantly
up.
hugged me, knew who I was, and I'm like, oh my god, this
Yeah.
She messages me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm such like a little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
don't
she
notice
messages
you.
me and talks to me, and that's
They pay
that's-
attention.
like you guys.
Well, and it's the relationships,
Crazy.
and I know people say
You're
that
not
and they
just a
say that part of
number.
other things, but it really truly for me is about the relationships. And if it
Yes.
wasn't for this, I wouldn't even want to do this.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we all have a different background that we come from, but ultimately this community, no matter what, will always keep us here because we're
Right.
not letting anybody go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
We're like, when's our next trip?
yeah. When can we meet
We
again?
literally do like plan the next trip and
Yeah.
right after
Right.
the trip. And
Yeah, because we're like,
We're
when
like,
can
hey,
we
when
see each
can we
other
see-
again? But in the meantime, thank goodness we have Zoom. You know,
And it's
we
like, you
have
don't
Zoom.
have that pressure to hit those numbers to get to this and to
Right.
get to that. And that's like why I left. Like
Right.
you have all this pressure to try to get here and get here and get here. It's like,
There's no well, and the thing is too, and I get this question a lot, is your business is your business.
Yeah.
You don't
And
wanna
how
do it.
you
Like,
choose
says
to
that
run
all the
your
time.
business is up to you. How I run my business is up to me. You know, I would never push somebody to do something that they didn't want to do just for my own self benefit. ultimately that's on you if you want that.
But you know what you are really good at? You are really good at us saying, this is what I want. And then, I don't know if you've never had a one-on-one with Katie, get you some, because you tell her your goals and she just speaks life into you and just tells you, this is how you get there. And she doesn't BS, and that's so important because she will just tell you flat out, if this is what you want, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's never like a pushy thing though, it's just like
It's
a
what you need
flat
to
out, this
hear,
is what
too.
you have to
Right.
do, yeah.
That extra
Right.
push.
And then when
we
you
all
try
need
to
that.
run away from coaching,
then I'll find you. No, I'm
she'll
kidding.
find you.
It's so true though.
They start
Because
coming at
it's
you.
not
We'll
about
all find
pushing
you.
people into anything. And I
about
think we've all
encouraging,
experienced that
supporting.
at some
Yeah.
point, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be pushed into anything. And that's why it's like, even when people are like, no, I'm not ready right now. I'm like, I tell people all the time, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
When you're ready, I will still be here because I truly in my heart of hearts know that this works and this has changed my life and I will continue to share it because it's changed my life. And, I think we all go through different seasons of heart, and I think we can all attest to that, in the past couple of years. But ultimately, I look at where we're all at, and like none of us have given up. Like, yeah, we may have had setbacks. Yeah, life may have hit hard, but we're all still here, and we're gonna make sure that like I'm reaching up sometimes when I need help, and y'all are lifting me up. But I'm also reaching back, and like whoever wants to come can come with me, and I'm gonna take you with me because I refuse to allow people to struggle and be where we're at, and where I started from mentally, physically, emotionally. We all started from we had a need, right? We all had a need and we're like, this fits that need. I refuse to allow people that are sitting out there struggling to have a need for me to not invite them. And people always say like the inviting part is scary.
It's
I
like,
don't know
wish
how to
people
do
could
that.
just
I don't want to be icky. And I'm like, then talk to people like you would talk to your best friend. Don't be like, hey, I have this group. Come, you want to join me?
girl.
Like, be like, hey, friend, like, I get it. I've been in that place of struggle. I know how you feel. I've been there too. Like, you're not alone. This community is everything. And it's changed my whole
I know,
life. You do this with me. I'm doing it every day. I'm in the trenches. Like, I'm not. You never get to a point where you're like, I've arrived, and now I just don't have to work out anymore. It's like,
journey.
no, it's a journey every
Yeah.
day of showing up as
And
your
you
best
have
self.
different trials going on, like whether it's a new job or a new baby,
Right.
something is always happening.
But this
But
always
this
fits.
stays the
It
same.
always fits.
It's like when you invite, I wish like people like you could just take like a picture of this and like show them like this is real. This is what we do. This is
It's hard
how
to
we
explain
are.
it in a
Yeah,
This
because
is
if
what
you're
you
not,
said.
if you're not here, you don't see it. Cause like I
Right.
didn't see it when I joined. I was like, yeah, okay.
I remember it was Summit,
It's like
and
those
like I
girls
think
wouldn't
everyone
have
was meeting
danced
for the first
together.
time, and then it's like, oh, I lost that.
Yeah,
and
Summit.
then it was like I think like 2
I think
months
that's
after
what
I
did
was
it
like,
when
hey,
y'all
I'm
in the
done.
airport. Y'all in the airport is probably when I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, I was like, I want that picture. I want that.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's changed so much. And
Well, and it's
I
just
feel we're also
crazy to
grateful.
think that if you never invited Nicole and
Yeah.
Nicole never invited Nina, like some of us would
Would've
have
never
never
met
met.
Nina.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
if
we would've
I
never met.
if I was never invited,
Yeah, like, and that means
none of us would be.
right?
Yeah.
So I think honestly, the biggest thing is just sharing what
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
doing and being like, hey, you can come do this with me.
This is
Because-
so easy. It's so easy.
Well, when
It's
you're
hard,
genuine
but it's
about it
easy.
and
You're
it's a
just filling your
relationship,
own
yeah,
cup first.
Yeah, exactly.
Just come
It's
with it.
literally just living your life
and sharing it.
and sharing it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah, so I think
Sharing
that's kind of like the biggest part of it, but I will say I get a lot of questions sometimes too about income and, Beachbody income disclaimer, like your level of effort will equal your income. And so you get to choose what that looks like, but there are multiple opportunities and different ways to earn. You can earn through, your sales because you earn a 25% commission off of the sales that you make. So if someone wants a tub of Energize, you get 25%. Our total solution packs that we have, like you get a set amount off of each one that like someone joins with. Great, that's cool. But I'm not in it for that. I'm in it for the person that wants to continue to do this over and over and over. I want to help you to learn how to create a lifestyle out of this that's going to serve you for life. I'm not in it for a quick 21 days or 30 days or 2 months. Like I don't want to do this for you with 90 days. Like yes, but also forever and ever, amen. You know what I mean? So there are different ways to earn. There's also bonus opportunities once you hit certain ranks, but again, that's totally up to you. If that's a goal for you, there are bonus opportunities. Like there are so many different ways. And then as you build a team, you earn residual income off of your team, which is super cool. And so I think for most people, we look at like, okay, I don't know how to get to that big picture goal that I have for myself. Well, you reverse engineer it. And like Nina was talking about, it's like, okay, this is where I want to be. well, then I need to start showing up as that person if that's what I want, you know? And all, I love that all of our goals are so different. It's not like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do this. No, it's like, what do you want? And how is that going to benefit you? For some people, like Nicole specifically, not calling you out, but she's like super motivated by prizes. And I love that Beachbody gives prizes like cool hats and like
I like free
swag
stuff.
and like fun stuff.
like
That
free stuff.
motivates, right? But they also have free trips, like free
Yeah.
trips. And we were talking about this yesterday, Erin and I on the way to the airport to pick up Nina. And I was like, that for me was kind of what was like, I want to go to Mexico. I want to go on a cruise, like take me to the Dominican Republic. And that's fun. And my goal, I mean, whether it be all y'all's goal, I want us to all be on those trips together and be like, this would be fun. Like, who doesn't want to go do that? I mean,
That's
who doesn't want to go do that together? Like, it's super fun. But again, it's never like a pushy thing, like, oh, Nina, you have to hit this so we can go. No, like,
Yeah, you
if
never
you
tell
want that,
me
go
what
do
race
it.
I wanna be.
Let's do
I
it.
tell
Let's do
you.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it. So
I just got a message like, is there no right?
yeah, I think that's it though. And I think that wraps most of it up. Abby, I don't know if you have any questions,
in.
but I'm gonna
I'll
hit
go
the
first.
stop